answer. And yeah, we discussed what is the service instance or instance. Okay, we discussed about this. So the pending is online. Are you okay? The pending is what is the advantages and the disadvantages of what monolithic application, right? Okay. Advantages of monolithic monolithic application. Mono means what? Single. Monolithic application. What are the advantages? Number one, let me explain one by one. So here, easy to development and easy to test as it is as a single component, that is the single project. The whole application, it can be considered as a like a single component or a single project. Okay, so that it can be easy to develop and easy to test. Okay, that is what easy to develop and what and easy to test as it is a component single component, that is called as what? One project as what? One project. Okay, next one, almost these applications are what? Connected to what? One technology or what? One framework, right? Okay, almost these type of applications are connected to one 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 technology oblique one framework, right? Might be up to advanced Java, you might not be aware of it, right? Technology might be aware of, but framework, like maybe Spring, maybe Struts, maybe Spring Boot, or maybe some JSF, or maybe Struts, or Cocoon, or WebWork, something here. Okay, right. That is what one more advantage. And coming to in this application, we are able to implement what? Logging system. Logging, right? Log messages. Okay, maybe if the application failed. So how you are knowing that application, maybe in the production, let's assume, or maybe UAT environment, or some testing environment, or whatever it is. If you want to know something, there is a logging process is there, log4j, SL4j, something, right? So that is implement logging, some tracing, finding bugs also easy. So these are all what the basic advantages of what monolithic application. I'm going to discuss about disadvantages. Anywhere, any doubt, please let me know. Yeah. Any doubt, anywhere. Advantages. Are you clear? Is it easy to understand? Any complicated to anyone? Please let me know. I will give the clarity. Online, are you okay now? Can you confirm, guys? Online? Okay, I hope all are good. Okay, it is easy terminology, no? So there is no much difference, complicated. I hope, right? Okay, coming to disadvantages. So these disadvantages are what? More compared to advantages. Okay, see, compared to nowadays any technology, like take mobile, compared to advantages, the disadvantages are more. If you are observed, if you are using properly, there is no problem here. Whenever you are using improperly, then the problems may happen, right? Okay. So nowadays, mostly youth, they're destroying their lives while using the mobile. It is not only for me, like the entire world giving that statistics. Because once upon a time, if you want to watch the movie, you should go for the theater, right? Nowadays, whatever the movie you want, you can understand. Then it is your hand. Complete theater in your hand. Yes or no? Right? While using the mobile, please use properly. Compared to advantages, disadvantages are more. Okay? You can take any technology here. Compared to advantages, disadvantages are more. Okay? For your understanding, take maybe type 1 driver they discuss. Right? Compared to advantages, disadvantages are more. Just for your understanding level, I'm telling. JDBC type 1. You can take any other type of driver. Similarly, in the in the monolithic also, compared to advantages, you have more disadvantages. One by one, we can discuss. Okay, right. You can understand properly. If you have any doubt, please let me know. I will give the more clarity for your level. Okay, right. Uh, what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages. Number one, see, if you done the any small modification, then you have to rebuild, you have to redeploy. Re means what? Again, that is what, right? Redeploy, that means you already deploy, one more time you are going to redeploy. Build, already you build, again you are going to build one more time. That is called what? Rebuild, redeploy. If you do any small change, you have to do rework. How much complicated, right? That's what. Okay, number one, what is that? For even small modification, small modification in one module. See, monolithic application module based, na? Yes or no? Please respond here. Module based. Maybe in your BTech or MCR, MTech, whatever it is, you already did the one project, right? What is that? Some project. See, in that project, that is completely monolithic application. There is some modules like registration module, right? Reports module, payment module, something, whatever you want. Okay, like that. See, for even small modification in one module, then what? Then full application must be what? Rebuild and what? Redeploy. Rework always what? Is it good for health or it is bad for health? Yes or no? Always. Re. The second problem is what? If one in any module, one exception may be raised. Is it impact the whole application only on one module? Whole application. Recently, YouTube got stuck, right? Maybe in the recently, I think 1 week back or 10 days back, I think so, if you're observed. So, YouTube is not working. Few minutes or I hope, few hours, I don't know, right? So, it is not working. Something is happened. I'm saying like, is it monolithic or is it microservice? I can't decide. Right. So, but some problem is happened. Is it impact the whole YouTube or only specific module? It is impact to what? Whole. Here also in the monolithic, if you got the one exception in any module, it will be impact the whole application. Right? Okay. Understand about the problems in the monolithic. Those problems or those disadvantages will be become as what advantages in where? In the microservices. Clear? Okay. What is that? If application online, are you okay? Can you confirm? Okay. Right. If application, yeah, okay, guys. If application, one module, if application, one module has given one exception, then it means problem in the code only. If the exception may be raised, exceptions are caused by developer. Whether it is checked exception or unchecked exception, that is compile time exception or runtime exception, it doesn't matter in the exception handling core Java. Okay, checked exceptions, unchecked exceptions. Checked exceptions happen at a compile time, like servlet exception, IO exception, interrupted exception. Am I right? So these are all belongs to what? Compile time. And runtime exception is also there. That is called unchecked exceptions. If the exception at any cost, in any time, in anywhere may happen, the exceptions are caused by the developer. These are recoverable. But errors are not caused by the developer. These are not recoverable. Out of memory error, what you are going to do here? Yes or no? The network team has to come, they have to fix properly, they have to increase the heap memory or something, they have to change the RAM or something. Yes or no? The network team has to change. But exception may be raised, whether it is compile time, that is either checked exception or unchecked exception, or whatever it is, the developer has to take care of it. Getting my point? Okay, the exception, if the occurred, that means the problem in our code. Okay, it is a network issue. It is something. No. We can't. Okay, right. If application one module has given one exception, it means what? Problem in what? In our code. Okay, one exception may affect then full application is what? Stoppage. Are you clear, guys? The whole application has to what? Under the stoppage. Okay, right. Even maybe the project going to the enhancement. Enhancement means what? Do you know what is meant by enhancement? Any idea? మీరు యథార్థంగా ఒప్పుకున్నారు అనుకో, నేను దానికి సొల్యూషన్ చెప్తా. మీరు నటించారు అనుకో, నేను దాన్ని స్కిప్ చేస్తా. I hope you got the clarity, right? ఓకే, వీళ్ళకి తెలిసెట్టుకుందలే, మనం లైట్ తీసుకుందాం అనుకుంటా. మీకు తెలియదని ఆనెస్ట్గా చెప్తే దెన్ ఐ విల్ గివ్ ద క్లారిఫికేషన్. ఓకేనా? వైల్ లర్నింగ్ డోంట్ బీ యాక్ట్ adding extra features. Okay, good. It means there is a already project development is over, that is under the live. Again the client come back, hey, okay, it is working fine, but can you change like this model? They suddenly come, okay, you have to do these things, you have to add these features, where in the existing project, that too the project is under the live, that application under the live. But again a client came, okay, boss, I need this kind of implementation also in my existing application. Then what? Then you have to do something, right? So that is enhancement, means what? Already the application under the live, but the client came with what? New features. For example, JDK you can take here. From, if you compare it 1.0 onwards, in that JDK 125 version, how many changes, how many features added? Yes or no? There is a drastic changes version to version. Version to version. It means what? Enhancements is going on. Version to version, adding the new features. Yes or no? That is called enhancement. Enhancement means what? There is already application running. Okay, some features you have to, maybe the client came to with the new features. Oh, you have to develop these things also, you have to merge into existing application, right? So once your development is completed, one day you are decide you are going to deploy into with what? Latest changes. That means with the enhancement, then the application looks like what? Totally change that look and feel, or that maybe adding some new modules or new features, right? That is called what? Enhancement. But they can't remove the existing application, they are adding something with the new features. Getting my point? That is called what? Enhancement. Clear up? Are you okay? Right. They won't remove existing application, but they are adding with what? New features. That is what. Okay, if maybe the enhancements may be happened, then what? So which leads what? CI/CD problem. May get maybe that enhancement application, there is some CI/CD problem may happen. Then what? Must be stop all instances. Completely can down that application. You are doing good. That means what? New features you are adding, but application it won't be work. That means what? They are going to down the application. That means what? Down means what? కిందకి తీసుకెళ్ళి నేలకి తీసి కొడతారని కాదు దాని అర్థం. సర్వర్ని స్టాప్ చేసి పడేస్తారు, ఇంకా అప్లికేషన్ రన్ అవ్వదు. Obviously, right? So that is what. Kani, that is also doing that deployment in non-business hours. Okay, okay, come to the point. Maybe the enhancement may happen, they have to stop what? The entire application. Okay, right. Okay, please let me know if you have any doubt. Okay, I'm writing this point. In case of project enhancements, application size what? May get increased. Yes or no? Perugutada leda? May get what? Increased. Which leads what? CI/CD problem. Must stop. It means they have to increase the memory. Everything they have to increase, right? Oh, If there may be some function is going on, our estimation is what? 1,000 people. Fortunately or unfortunately, they increased 300 extra. That is totally 13 or maybe 1,500 also. Right? So then we decide only 1,000, then we can 1,000. That's it. No. We can't, right? We have to prepare remaining 500 people also. Right? Then we have to spend few more, some amount, right? So maybe 10, 5 lakhs, the function estimation. We need to add 1 or 2 more lakhs as well because the 500 people has increased, right? Yes or no? That's what. We can't manage 1,000 people food with 1,500. No, it is not possible. Getting my point? Here also the same story in the technical. What? If may be enhancement to happen, the application size will be increased, which leads to what? CI/CD problem. I will tell what is mean by CI/CD. Okay, wait some time. Okay, must what? Must stop what? All instances and rebuild and redeploy for even small code update also. Getting my point? Even the small code update also, we have to do that. The application size may be increased. The application size may be increased. And when the application size may be increased, which leads to what? CI/CD problem. That CI/CD what? CI/CD. Okay, let me give clarification. C stands for continuous what? Integration. Oblique. What is that? CI, and that means not circular inspector. Okay, continuous integration, or CD what? Continuous deploy or deployment. I hope you got the abbreviation, right? Which leads to what? CI/CD problem if the application may be increased. Okay, you have to take care of here. You have to take care of it. Maybe after, you can think like this. You want to implement with the latest technologies. Once upon a time, our application developed what may be servlet JSP here. Now, the client requirement is what? Hey, you have to use Spring Boot and microservices. Then what? Completely the project structure should be changed from the scratch. Yes or no? That is not a big deal. It is not a small thing. Right? To design, to implement, it is not that much easy. Getting my point? Even though it will be impact on that application side. Okay? Let me cover that point fully. Okay. To integrate what? To integrate with latest technologies or latest concepts. Even same technology, maybe different concepts. Let's assume. Okay. So, example is what? Take JDK 1.8, you are implemented your project. Let's assume. Client, as per the client requirement, you need to move into 11 or maybe 17 or maybe 22 or 21 or 25 something. Why? You are getting what? Vulnerability issues. Right? Something, whatever. Okay. Just I'm saying, just example for to understand. but it is not. See, if the version may be changed, the structure little changes, but the technology or something, there is a drastic changes. That's why the applications will continue with what old technologies. I worked in one of the company earlier. So for UI, what you are using technologies, there is a UI technologies, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, React JS or Angular JS, whatever it is, right? But now the application with continue UI things by using Java only. What are the Java concepts in UI concepts in Java, core Java? AWT, swings, applets, yes or no? They are still using for the UI, especially UI, these three components or three concepts. Why? Because they want to touch that application that was designed from the JDK 1.0 version onwards. You know, out of this Java introduced by the 5 people, including James Gosling. So one of the person is the employee that project, the project name called Mackson. Okay, I worked in that. So that is the Mackson project. That is the insurance, health insurance is there, like what your Star Health, some things, right? There is, right? Some I forgot that insurance companies here. Okay, in US, that is the big in one of the big institute. Sorry, insurance company. Okay, right. So there is in India recently launched like a Signity, I think. So that Signity is the one of the client in the part of Mackson project. Maybe they separated. I'm not sure because I'm not working currently in that project. Just I'm saying they're still using for UI AWT, applets, and swings. That's what. Okay, come to the our point. What is that? To integrate with what? Latest concepts. It may affect project design. Yes or no? Okay. Need to add or maybe use new framework. Suppose if I given like this, are you able to understand? F/W? No, na? Indukle. Oh, come on. Yeah. No framework. Okay, FW stands for what? Framework. Okay, no problem. I return. Right, what? It may affect what the project design need to add or maybe use new framework or what? Technologies. Okay. Technologies. And coding may be affected in high level. Okay. That is what? What is that high level? Cost effective process. Yes or no? Oh, పని పెరిగితే డబ్బులు కూడా పెరగాలిగా, అవునా కదా? ఇప్పుడు మీరు సపోర్ట్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లో ఉన్నారనుకోండి, నార్మల్ షిఫ్ట్ లో కూడా క్లయింట్ దే కెన్ గివ్ ద మేబీ లంచ్ ఆర్ డిన్నర్ సమ్ అమౌంట్ ఇస్తారు పర్ డే 500 like that, even cab facility. Whenever your time is over, 8 to 9 hours, 9 hours over, maybe you have to still stretch out. That is 1 or 2 hours they won't take care. They won't give any benefits for you. 1 or 2 hours. Maybe it will go 4 hours, minimum 4 hours, max 5, 6, 7, whatever it is. Then they will give the comp of, okay. Next, maybe they will give the some extra amount, something. Company to company different. Some people giving in the money, some people giving what? Comp of. Majority giving the comp of. Okay, right. Less companies they giving the some amount. Okay, but maximum they providing comp of. Okay, you worked minimum 4 to 5 hours now, you are eligible for what? Comp of. In the world, while filling the work day also, okay, it should be it should be minimum 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours. Otherwise it cannot be allowed to apply for what? Comp of. In real time I'm talking about, there is a workday tool is there here in that. Okay, right. What is that? To integrate with what latest things you should, right? Okay, if the cost effective, even if you load balancing what sometimes may give an improper resource utilization. Okay, it is small point, let me cover this one. If or uh, it is cost effective, it is cost effective, it is cost effective, even we if you do load balancing, and sometime may give or may given improper utilization, improper resource utilization, improper resource utilization. అర్థమైందా మీకు అసలు ఇది? Improper resource utilization. See, after COVID, every company concentrating on what? Few months, almost 1 year, the layoff happened. Oh, work from home అని చెప్పేసి ఎంత మందిని తీసుకున్నారంటే దిక్కు తెలియకుండా తీసుకున్నారు ప్రతి కంపెనీ. తర్వాత మూన్ లైట్ అని ఒకటి స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది. అది రాకముందే తీసి అవతల పడేసేళ్ళే, ఎవడో ఐడెంటిఫై చేశాడు. ఐ థింక్ one resource working in multiple companies, that is called Moonlight. I also got the offer. Okay, I am working some other company at the time, and one more person is suggesting like you can, I already started, I am earning per month 4 to 5 lakhs, you can also better come my way. But fortunately or unfortunately, but I don't have that much interest to work in multiple companies. Basically, I'm not money mind, basically. That's why. Okay, no boss, thank you. You can continue. Simple answer. అవునా, ఎలా చేస్తారు? నాకు కూడా ఇస్తావా? డబ్బు ఎవడికొద్దు. అర్థమైందా? ఒక అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఉందంటే డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ మోర్. Here advantages how many are? Only 3, right? Disadvantages how many? Every concept like that in human psychology or in our regular life. ఆహా భలే ఉంది, ఆహో అలా అనుకున్నారు అనుకో, దాని తర్వాత చాలా పరేషానం తీవ్రంగా ఉంటది. ఓకే, డోంట్ గో ఈజీ మనీ, ఈజీ వే. Youth, especially in the mobile, why am I encouraging, why I'm giving that kind of suggestion, not encouraging, giving the suggestions. Many youth, they are taking online loans, right? Online loans, and maybe they don't know, like their parents, they required instant money, something. If we use properly, then you can inform your parents, maybe they will give. But if we are using improperly, that is what? Going park, kada, pub, don't do like that. It is not good for your health. Yes or no? ఎందుకు ఇలా చెబుతున్నానంటే, అరిచేతుల్లోకి సిన్ ఎంటర్డ్, ఇన్ అవర్ హ్యాండ్ సిన్ ఎంటర్. సిన్ అంటే ఏంటి? పాపం. ఎందుకు నేను ఇలా చెబుతున్నానంటే, సోషల్ మీడియాలో మొన్నటి దాకా ఆల్మోస్ట్ అందరు తెలుగులు కాబట్టి కొంచెం తెలుగులో చెబితే మంచిగా ఉంటుందని చెప్తున్నా. సోషల్ మీడియాలో ఎంతమంది ఆత్మహత్యలు చేసుకొని, యూత్ బిలో 25 ఆర్ మ్యాక్స్ 30, అన్మ్యారీడ్ గైస్, ఈ లోన్లు తీసుకొని వాడేదో రకరకాలుగా మన ఫోటోలు చేసేసి, ఎందుకు అంత పిచ్చి? ఉన్న అంత వరకే. నువ్వు 6 అడుగులు ఉన్నంత మాత్రాన 4 అడుగుల మంచాన్ని 10 అడుగులు చేయలేవు. 4 అడుగుల మంచంలో 6 అడుగుల మనిషి అయినా కొద్దిగా ముడుక్కొని పడుకోవటమే, అంతే. మన స్టేటస్ అది. యాజ్ ఆఫ్ నౌ మన కరెంట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అది. నాకు 6 అడుగుల మంచమే కావాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? ఏదో ఒకటి ఆరేయాలి. ఇంకా అర్థమవుతుందా? చేయొద్దు అలాగా. అంటే కొంత తెలిసి తెలియనటువంటి మైండ్ సెట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. దయచేసి దయచేసి అలాంటి వాటికి వెళ్ళొద్దు. మీ చేతిలోనే మొబైల్ ఉంది, అది ఎటైనా తిప్పుతుంది మనిషిని, యూత్ని. అర్థమైందా? సో మీరు వచ్చిన పర్పస్ ఏంటి? మీరు రూముల్లో హాస్టల్లో ఉంటున్న పర్పస్ ఏంటి? దానికోసం హార్డ్ వర్క్ చేయండి. అంతేకాని పార్కులమ్మిడి తిరగటం, పబ్బులమ్మిడి తిరగటం, రెస్టారెంట్లు తిరగటం వద్దు. జాబ్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత నీ సావు నువ్వు సావు. అర్థమవుతుందా? నీ ఎంజాయ్మెంటే. జాబ్ రాకముందు ఎంజాయ్మెంట్ చేసే పనికి మాలిన బ్యాచ్ ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళ కోసం చెప్తున్నా నేను. దయచేసి అలాంటి మైండ్ సెట్ ఉండొద్దు. మీ పేరెంట్స్ ఎంతో కష్టపడి రూపాయికి రూపాయి మూడేసి పంపిస్తున్నారు మిమ్మల్ని. అర్థమవుతుందా? పొలాలు చేస్తే వాళ్ళేం పెద్ద పెద్ద మోతుపరి రైతులేం కాదు. అర్థమవుతుందా? నేను రైతునే, నాకు తెలుసు ఆ బాధకు సాధలు. అర్థమైందా? మా అయ్యకు 10 ఎకరాలు ఉంది, ఏం బాధ లేదు, అది హెచ్చులు పడవద్దు. 10 ఎకరాలకి ఆ నొప్పి 10 లక్షల నొప్పి ఉంటుంది అక్కడ. అర్థమవుతుందా? 10 ఎకరాలు సాగు చేయాలంటే 500 అయిపోద్దా, 5 అయిపోద్దా? ఎన్ని లక్షలు పెట్టాలి పోయా? కాబట్టి దయచేసి ఇది అన్నిదా భావించవద్దు. మిమ్మల్ని కొంచెం మంచి ట్రాక్ లో ఉంచాలనేది నా ఉద్దేశం. ఏదో చెప్పేసి నా టైం ఎలా పుచ్చుకోవడానికి కాదు. అర్థమైంది? ఎందుకంటే సోషల్ మీడియాలో చూస్తే ఇంకా చెప్పాలంటే లవ్వు గివ్వు ఇవన్నీ తిరగవద్దు. అర్థమవుతుందా? నువ్వు అంత సెటిల్ అయిన తర్వాత ఓకే, నువ్వు ఏ పాటు పడ్డ పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లం లేదు. ఎన్ని ఒళ్ళు బలిసిన పనులు అంటాను నేనైతే. నేను కొద్దిగా స్ట్రైట్ ఫార్వర్డ్గా ఉంటా. నువ్వు ఏడిసినా మొత్తుకున్నా నా మీద కంప్లైంట్, ఐ డోంట్ కేర్. నేను దేనికి భయపడే రకాన్ని కాదు. అర్థమైందా? లవ్వులు కొవ్వు బట్టి తిరగొద్దు. ఒక్కసారి మీ పేరెంట్ గుర్తొస్తే చాలబ్బా. నేను ఇక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చినండి, కింద నుంచి వచ్చినాను ఈ స్థాయికి, 0 నుంచి వచ్చా ఈ స్థాయిలో. అందుకనే మీరు మీ పేరెంట్స్ చేసే కష్టాన్ని గుర్తు తెచ్చుకుంటే, జాబ్ అనేది ఎవడు సొత్తు కాదు. చెట్టుకేస్తే జాబ్ డోరు కొట్టాలి, అది. అర్థమవుతుందా? దాని వెనుక మనం పరిగెత్తడం కాదు, అది పరిగెత్తాలి. అదే రావాలి మన వెనుక. అది అలా ఉండాలి. అలా ఉండాలంటే సబ్జెక్టు గ్రిప్లో ఉండాలి. దట్ ఈజు, వాట్ ఈజు, దిస్ ఈజు. ఇది ఇప్పుడు ఒక గంటలో ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఉంది, అందుకని క్లాసులు ఎగ్గొట్టేసేసేసి నేను చదువుతుంటాను. ఇలాంటి పనికి మాలిన వేసాలు ఇవ్వద్దు. రేపు ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఉందని నీకు తెలుసు, అది ఈ రోజు నుంచే స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. 1 గంట ముందు నేను బుక్కులు, 10th క్లాసు ఇంటర్మీడియట్లో బుక్కులు తీసేసి కాపీలు టెక్కడ మెయిన్ పెయింట్లు రాసేసి అరే టైం అరే పెళ్లి కొట్టారా, ఈ కాదు. యు కేమ్ సమ్ లెవెల్, రైట్? యు ఆర్ ద ప్రొఫెషనల్. యు హ్యావ్ టు బీ థింక్ యాజ్ ఎ ప్రొఫెషనల్, బట్ నాట్ యాజ్ ఎ చైల్డిష్. అర్థమవుతుందా? అది. సో తప్పైతే క్షమించండి, మంచిదైతే సెట్ చేసుకోండి. అది రైట్. సో ఫర్ యూ కంప్లీటెడ్ వాట్ మోనోలిథిక్ అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆన్లైన్. మీకు ఇబ్బందిగా ఉందా సార్? ఐ డోంట్ అండర్స్టాండ్ తెలుగు, కెన్ యూ స్పీక్ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్? ఎవరు బాధలో అలై. ఓకే, విష్ణు, జస్ట్ టైమ్ లైక్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నార్మల్ వర్డ్స్ హియర్. ఓకే, see my conclude like my final statement is what? If you are sincerely looking for the job, you have to focus on your course and your interviews and all. The remaining things don't go for. Sir, I got Workday account creation mail from Accenture. Okay, good. Yeah, just you should be in the right track here. Okay, don't go for other navigations or other things without job. Okay, that is what my final statement. Okay, I hope you got the clarity, Vishnu. Okay, na? Right. That's all about it here, that monolithic and all. Okay, then we can go for what? Microservices. ఎవరన్నా హట్ అయ్యారా చపాతి అయ్యారమ్మా? ఏమీ అవ్వద్దు, అర్థమైందా? ఏమీ కాకుండా చక్కగా లైఫ్ని లీడ్ చేసుకోండి. దట్స్ ఇట్. ఓకే, రైట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద మైక్రో సర్వీస్? నౌ we are going to enter into our beautiful concept, important concept, our life decided concept, microservice. Okay, listen carefully. Okay, so far let me give the one conclusion about the monolithic. The monolithic application, it is a single project. This project contains multiple modules. If you touch any module, it will be impact for the rest of the modules. If maybe exception rise, it will impact what? Other modules. It means rework is more simple. Recompile, redeploy, rebuild. Right? But microservice quite opposite. చెప్పాలంటే monolithic is what? Giant family. I hope you got the clarity. Giant family. ఏ డిస్టర్బెన్స్ వచ్చినా అందరు కూడుకుంటారు. రైట్, ఏది తీసుకురావాలన్నా అందరికి తెలియపరచాలి. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో whatever you want, modify or introduce anything into the joint family, you should get the all people acceptancy. That is what monolithic. మనం ఒంటెద్దురు పోకటి చేసాం అనుకో, మేము కలిసి ఉండలేము కానీ మా సాడు మాకు పోయింది అంటారు. సాలడు అంటారు తెలుగులో, నేను సాడు అన్నా అంటే అది ఒక తిట్టే వ్యవహారం, అంటే నేను అలా అన్నా అది. ఓకే, మీతో మాకు కుదరదులే కానీ మాది మాకు పోసేసేని అంటారు. ఇట్ మీన్స్ ఐ వాంట్ టు కంటిన్యూ విత్ జాయింట్ ఫ్యామిలీ, ఐ వాంట్ separated. When you are separated, you are able to, you have to lead your life. The separated family is nothing but a microservice. The joint family is nothing but a monolithic application. Clear? ఇప్పుడు నేనుండా, నాకు మా బ్రదర్ ఉన్నాడు, నాకు ఇక్కడ ఫ్యామిలీ ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఫ్రిడ్జ్ కొనుక్క, లేదా ఏసీ సమ్మర్ వస్తుంది, ఏసీ కొనాలి. Am I need any approvals from my brother? No, right? He is staying in my hometown. He is taking his own business. I am taking my own business. So I don't want to require to ask him, hey, I want to buy the AC. Are you okay? వాడి కిందకి మీదకి ఎగదిగా వస్తాడు, వీడికి ఇంత రేటుకి మైండ్ ఉన్న దొబ్బిందా అంటారు. నేను చేసేది మంచి పైన ఇప్పటికి. అవునా కదా? ఓకే, ఐ ఆమ్ అలోన్, మై ఫ్యామిలీ separated from my brother. Just understanding point I'm telling. If maybe any loss or any profit or anything, I have to bear. Yes or no? ఇప్పుడు మా వైఫ్ బాగాలేదనుకో, నేనేం చేయాలి? మా పేరెంట్స్ కాల్ చేసి 1,00,000 వేయండి, మా వైఫ్ బాగాలేదని అంటానా? ఏడు చేయలేదో చేసేదంత ఏమవుతుందిరా, ముందు చూసుకో అంటారు. అవునా కదా? క్లియర్? దట్ ఇండివిజువల్ లైఫ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎ మైక్రో సర్వీస్. That joint family is nothing but a monolithic. I don't want to explain more. You know everything about those both families. Clear? Okay. Coming to the microservices. Running one service as an independent application. Start అయిపోయింది. ఓకే, ఇండివిజువల్ ఫ్యామిలీ ఆర్ మీరు కూడా, ఐ థింక్ మీకు కూడా మ్యారేజ్ అయింది అనుకో, మ్యారేజ్ కానంత వరకే రాముడు మంచి బాలుడు. మ్యారేజ్ అయిన తర్వాత దేవుడు వాడే, మీతో నాకు కుదరలే కానీ నేను హైదరాబాద్ పోయి నా తప్పలేదు నేను పడతా అని చెప్పేసి మీ భార్యను మీరు తెచ్చుకుంటారు, మీ భర్తలు మీరు తెచ్చుకుంటారు. జెన్యూన్, రైట్? ఇదేం పెద్ద ఇదేం కాదు. అర్థమైందా? ప్రతి కుటుంబంలో అమ్మాయిలు ఏమనుకోకుండా ఉంటే ఒక మాట చెబుతా, ఫీల్ కావద్దు అంటే మీరు అలాంటి వాళ్ళని కాదు. ఇప్పుడు అబ్బాయిలు అడ్జస్ట్ అవుతారు, మా తమ్ముడే కదా, మా అన్నే కదా, సరే పోనీలే. ఇదంతా ఎందుకు చెబుతున్నానంటే నేను టెక్నికల్గా అంతా ప్రూవ్ చేస్తా. ఇదేం సినిమా స్టోరీలు కాదు. ఇప్పుడు అమ్మాయిలు నా దృష్టిలో 95% దే ఆర్ ఎక్స్పెక్టింగ్ వాట్? సపరేషన్. ఆబ్వియస్లీ పిసనారి గొర్రెలు కూడా ఉన్నారు ఇందులో. అంటే మీరని కాదు, మీరు మళ్ళా నా మీద వచ్చి చేసారు. మీలో కూడా కొంచెం మనీ మైండెడ్ ఉండారంట అనుకోండి. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారు? అరే ఎంత సంపాదించిన ఏందిరా ఈ కొంపలో, నాకు కనీసం ఒక రింగ్ చేయించుకోవడానికి, ఒక చైన్ చేయించుకోవడానికి కనీసం నాకంటూ ఒక ఇది లేకుండా పోతుంది, చి ఈ లైఫ్ ఏంద్ర అని చెప్పేసి పక్కెళ్తాడా లేదా? పిసనారి గొరవయ్యలు. ఓకే, రైట్. Nowadays almost all city culture, no one continue with what joint family. All are what they are looking for, what separation. That is called what? Microservice. Okay, come on. Online, are you okay? ఎందుకు సార్ ఇదంతా అదేదో ముందు కానీ అంటారా? అక్కడికి వెళ్తాను ఇంకా. ఓకే, రైట్. జస్ట్ ఫర్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్, దట్ బేసిక్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ అబౌట్ ద microservice compared to monolithic. Monolithic is nothing but a joint family. Microservice is nothing but what? Individual family. Okay, right. Come to the point. I hope you got the clarity. I don't want to explain more. Microservice is what? Running one service as one independent application. Independent application within the bracket. One module, one module. One module is what? As one project. మీకు అర్థమయ్యే పరిభాషలో ప్రాజెక్ట్ లోకి మాడ్యూల్ వస్తుంది. మైక్రో సర్వీసెస్ సర్వీస్. Micro means what here? Can you split that word? Why I am giving this much layman examples? The microservices, some people, not all, they are looking as what? Satan. దాని ఒక సాతాన్ లాగా చూస్తా ఉండరు, దాని ఒక దెయ్యం లాగా భూతంలా చూస్తున్నారు. అది రైట్? నో, నాట్ లైక్ దట్. You can split that word micro plus what? Service. That is what we are going to discuss. Micro, not macro. Micro means what? Small. Getting my point? Micro means what? Small. Service is nothing but what? As in the monolithic application module. Getting my point? Registration module in monolithic. In the microservices, you should be call it as what? registration service. Getting my point? There is a payment model in the monolithic application. In the microservice, payment is service. Getting my point? Terminology is the difference compared to, like, according to CRC++, maybe if you create, yesterday you discussed, public void M1. Coming to C and C++, you are calling as what? A function. The same M1 coming to the Java, you called it as what? Method. Getting my point? So in the monolithic application as well, there is a modules. All modules should be considered as a single project. Their project and module. But in microservices, that module should be considered as what? Service. Getting my point? You should not call like a module. You should be call it as what? Service. Microservice. That is small service. For your understanding terminology. Small service. See, if you want to develop anything, that should be create or develop or implement as what? Service. Independently can deploy, independently can build, independently can you can compile something. Just for your understanding, I'm telling here. That is, independently you can build, independently you can deploy. If any problem may happen in one service, it won't be affect other service. Get my point? Suppose, take example, my family and my brother family. Okay, I have some problem. Get my point? But it won't be impact on my brother's family. Yes or no? My family is different. My brother family is different. I have the sisters too. Their family also different. Getting my point? Everyone has what? Individual families. If any family may be having some problem, it won't be impact other families. So I have to drive my life. I have to drive my family. Yes or no? That is called what? Microservice. I required 1 lakh rupee. They can adjust. But again, I have to return back. Yes or no? That's what. Just for your understanding point of view, lemon example, and coming to the technical. So, monolithic application we are calling as a modules. In microservices based application is what? Service. Their module, here service. Clear? Okay. I hope you got the clarity. What is that? Running one service as one independent application. That is one module as one project. One family should be what? Considered as a one family. Next, here a decoupled architecture. Decoupled, not coupled, decoupled. Everything is what? Distributed, different services. Prior to microservices is what? All are what? Coupled. But in the microservices based application is what? Decoupled. Clear? I hope you got the clarity. Okay, I hope clear so far. Let me give us some conclusion. What is the problem in the monolithic application? Improperly memory utilization, improperly resource utilization. Okay, so that is what we are not looking for, what? Monolithic applications. Nowadays, everyone, see, all are disadvantages. To overcome these disadvantages, you should go for the microservices. Okay, that's why if you are creating that monolithic application, for every instance memory is allocated. For every instance, the memory utilization is what? Improperly. Simply or for your understanding, unnecessarily you are using the new keyword everywhere, which leads what? Creating the multiple objects. If we creating the multiple objects, which leads what? Memory problem. Yes or no? There is a two type of memories are there: stack memory and heap memory. Stack is a temporary memory, heap is what? Permanent memory. That once the object is created, that is going to heap memory. If the heap memory is what? Full, then what? Will running slowly. Your phone also, once the memory is what? Over, that performance is what? Very, very slow. అందుకని ఈసీ గోడకేసి కొడతావు. అలాగే నేను ఎన్నో చేశా, ఎన్నో సెల్లు పాల్గొట్టాం. జస్ట్ ఫర్ దట్ ఈస్ లైట్. ఓకే, ఐ హోప్ యూ గాట్ ద క్లారిటీ అబౌట్ ద మోనోలిథిక్. వీఆర్ ఎంటరింగ్ ఇన్ టు మైక్రో సర్వీసెస్. క్లియరా? ఏమన్నా బోర్గా అనిపించిన, ఏందిరా ఈ సోదంతా, ఈ జనరలైజ్డ్ ఎందుకురా బాబు? ఎందుకంటే కొంతమందికి ప్రొఫెషనల్గా చెబితే క్లాస్ అర్థం కాదు. అర్థమైందా మీకు? ఇప్పుడు మోనోలిథిక్ కి మైక్రో సర్వీసెస్ బేస్డ్ అప్లికేషన్ కి ఐ హోప్ యూ గాట్ ద కంప్లీట్ పిక్చర్. జాయింట్ ఫ్యామిలీ అండ్ ఇండివిజువల్ ఫ్యామిలీ. క్లియర్? ఇది ఒక్కటి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. తన్నుకుండా మైక్రో సర్వీసెస్ వస్తుంది. చాలా ఈజీ మైక్రో సర్వీసెస్. ఓకే, రైట్. దాని ఏదో పెద్ద భూతం లాగా మనం మ్యాగ్నిఫైర్లో చూడాల్సిన అవసరం లే. కాకపోతే nowadays majority people using microservices, but there is a lot of design patterns are there. You should know, otherwise you are not in a position to answer in front of the interviewer. It is not that much easy as Spring Boot. Spring Boot లో అనోటేషన్ పెట్టేసేసామంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా పరుగు పరిగెత్తా ఉంటుంది. అది మనం వద్దన్నా వస్తుంది. అది ఇది అట్లా రాదే. దీనికంటూ ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ వచ్చింది. ఆ స్ట్రక్చర్ బేస్ చేసుకొని పోవాలి. అర్థమైందా? సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. ప్లీజ్ కమ్ రెగ్యులర్లీ. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ టు ది మైక్రో సర్వీసెస్. నెక్స్ట్, see, I will give the one clarification. Microservice is a theory part. That coding is what? Spring Cloud. As AWS cloud kada, GCP cloud kada. Like that, here also the microservices is what? Theory, the practical Spring Cloud. క్లియర్? ఓకే. థియరీ అయితే ఇంకెందుకు, ఇంకా ముగించరాదు 4-5 రోజుల్లో, ఈ బాధ అంత ఎవడు పడతాడు అని చెప్పి మీరు అనుకోవద్దు. దాంట్లో చాలా స్టోరీ ఉంది. అర్థమైందా? కొంచెం ఓపిక పట్టండి. రైట్, కమ్ టు ది కాన్సెప్ట్. ఆన్లైన్ సమ్వన్. ఓకే, ఐ గాట్ ద క్లారిటీ. ఓకే, రైట్, కమ్ టు ది హియర్ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఇన్ స్ప్రింగ్ రెస్ట్ అప్లికేషన్, స్ప్రింగ్ రెస్ట్ application, for every module we have to define one REST application, by using one REST controller in generally. Okay, right. Okay, before start the microservices, you understand some terminology as we discussed yesterday. Register. Register and what? Discover or discovery, sorry. Discovery server. What is this? See, register or discovery and a discovery server. It is a memory that holds what all details of what every microservice. That is called what? It is a memory. It is a memory which is used for what? Holding the every microservices details. That microservice instance as what? Service instance format. I will explain. It is a memory. It is a memory that holds that holds that holds all details of what? All details of what? Every microservice. Every every microservice. What is that? Register and discovery server. That is, it is a memory that holds all details of what every microservice instance as what? Service instance format. I will show practically each and everything what we are discussing. Okay, right. Where you are identifying them. Have you heard about it? Netflix? Netflix, okay. Right. The Netflix has provided the software or maybe API. That name called what? Eureka. Okay. Netflix. Netflix has provided software. Has provided what? Software. That is what? API only. Software in the sense what? APIs. Okay, name called Eureka. Okay, right. Sir, how it can be registered in the register server? Simple. Let me give the details. Like there is a how we are going to register symbol observed register, or that is service instance. How it will be registered? I will show the something. Okay, clear? Okay, if you are noted down. Okay, register like what? Internally there is a service ID. That service ID is nothing but what? Like a project name. Okay, project name. Next, what? Instance ID. Yesterday we discussed about what do you mean by instance. Next, what? Host. Next, what? Port. LF. Who are going to answer? LF. Load. Correct. What is that? Load factor. Okay. Yeah, correct. Load factor. Here, the service ID. See, service ID, that is called what? Project name. Listen, terminology is కొంచెం అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఇన్స్టెన్స్, ఓకే స్పెల్ మిస్టేక్, ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఐడి, హోస్ట్, పోర్ట్, ఎల్ఎఫ్, ఓకే లోడ్ ఫ్యాక్టర్. The terminology is important here. Might be, if not understand, it leads what to confusion. That's it. Okay. That's why నేను కొంచెం జనరలైజ్డ్గా లేమన్గా మిమ్మల్ని పట్టుకొస్తుంది. ఓకే, ఇదేదో కొద్దిగా సోదిగా అనుకున్నారు. ఓకే, ఏమనుకోవద్దు. 1 by 1 wicket down. Wait here, online, very, very important. Why you are leaving? Search app, search application. That search application may be that instance ID. That instance ID might be, you can write 140. It is not fixed. I am giving the random number. Okay, na? Your project, your service name is what? Search application. That instance ID is what? Like this. Next. It is running under the host is what? Maybe 192. Some random number here. It is not fixed one. Okay. 192 dot 168 dot maybe 12 1 2 dot maybe 6. The port number is what? 8060 something. What is the default load factor? What is the default load? Load is what here? Load is what? Number of request. ఇంకిది నిన్నటిది మళ్ళీ ఈరోజు రాదు. అర్థమైందా? కొంచెం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. 0 by what is the default load? 200. Correct. Okay, na? Right. Again, I'm using such application. Here that instance ID is different, like 958 or some 40 something. And this host 0, maybe you can write 1. Something. Okay. This port number 9568. The load is what? To 200. Again, my application, search application only. See, instance ID different. Different, right? Okay. Here, host different. Port different. Okay. This instance ID might be 62458. Maybe my host, that is IP address, maybe 10, then here 4. Maybe the port number might be 9896. The default load factor, this one. Right? Okay. See, single project or single service, there is a different instance IDs. What do you mean by instance? Service which running under the server. Then one instance ID it is going to create it. It is running some X host. It is running some Y port. That is the default request. You can maybe change. Okay, as you discussed yesterday, I'm writing one more application. My application is like cart application. Let's assume cart app, cart application. Its port number 965 something random number 192.168.11 dot something 45. The port number 9686 is there. Oh, it's none, right? Different. Okay. The load factor is what? 0 by 200. Okay, one more application, that is payment application, that is running on what? A different service instance, that is 05 maybe that port host, that is 192.168 dot what 11.10, some random number, and some 80, some 69, something 0 by 200. Okay, what are these here? All are what considered. It is a running as what one system. We cannot run two servers by using what same port number. It is clash. While installing the Tomcat also, we are changing the port number if you are observed. Okay, in your date, maybe you have the database. That database default port number 8080. The Tomcat default port number also 8080. So whenever those two servers, database server, our Tomcat server, there is a chance, not there may be, there is a chance clash. That's why we are, while installing the Tomcat, we are changing the port number in our advanced Java. SR maybe 20, 20, 30, 30 or some X 4 digits. Because of it should not conflict with database with our Tomcat. Clear? That's why I'm writing. Okay. Different port number. All are unique port number. Okay. All are different missions, different instance. Once you are deployed that service into the server, one instance side is going to create it randomly. We don't know which number. Sir, you are given 14025. I didn't see so far. My course is complete. Don't ask me that question. That is what some random number it will be provided. Okay. Even host, that is your host. Okay. We can go for the command prompt. Your host is different. My host is different. That is your IP address is different. My IP address is different. No. Right. 192.168.0.114. Might be your system is quite different. Okay. Right. Don't ask me, sir, instance side I didn't see, port number I didn't see, that host is didn't see. No. That is different system to system. Okay, note. I want to write one note. Clear? As of now? Okay. Slowగా తీసుకెళ్తున్నా అప్ టు వన్ అప్లికేషన్ డెవలప్ అయ్యేంత వరకు. నిద్రపోవద్దు అని యాక్ట్ చేయొద్దు, అంటే తలగొక్కవద్దు. ఏందిరా ఈ బాధ నాకని. అంటే నేను ఒక్కసారి అప్లికేషన్లో దిగిన తర్వాత మనం వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సర్కార్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్. ఓకే, కాకపోతే జస్ట్ వీ కెన్ వెయిట్ సమ్ టైమ్. నోట్, yet one system at one system we can't run two services by using same port number. Agree? Same port number. Okay, right. And a few more terminologies also you should be understand. What is meant by config server? Config server ఇవన్నీ తెలియకుండా మైక్రో సర్వీసెస్ చేయలేం. అర్థమైందా? ఇక మనం వన్స్ మన దాంట్లోకి ఎంటర్ అయిన తర్వాత, అరే ఇది దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఐడి, దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ సర్వీస్ ఐడి, దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ సంథింగ్, దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ కాన్ఫిగ్ సర్వర్. Again, don't ask me what is the instance, what is the config server. That is what. Okay, I'm giving all terminologies about the microservices. Okay, right. What do you mean by config server? The config server is what? It is a common place. It is a common place for what? For all key and values, that is, which can be shared for all microservices. Okay, right. Let me write for your more understanding. What is that config server? It is a common place for all key equal to value. Key equal to values. Okay, values which can be shared with all microservice with all microservices. For example, for example, example that is what database connection pooling, and etc. Connection pooling keys and etc. Okay, right. Next, circuit breaker. Famous interview question. Circuit breaker. Circuit breaker or ostrix. What do you mean by circuit breaker? What is meant by ostrix? That is, if there is some continuous exceptions here in our service, there is a continuous exceptions are occurred in our service, okay, or maybe that service instance, then stop that service execution for few seconds, few minutes, or few hours, and etc. Maybe based on that problem, it may be can few minutes, or maybe few seconds, or maybe few hours also. Some problem may happen in that service. It is not easy to rectify, right? So that's why. And show the some message to the end user. Service not responding or properly something. Try after what? Some time. That meanwhile, you can provide what message to the admin, that admin dashboard, that is UI dashboard. Circuit breaker, it means, for your understanding, there is a 5 services are there here. One service, there is a problem. That is one module for your monolithic. So it won't be stop the whole application as monolithic. Those are running, but one service is the problem. Getting my point? So the service related some acknowledgement you have to send to the end user. End user means what? Whoever utilizing that application, such people is calling as the end user. We are the end user to the Gmail. We are end user to the Facebook. We are end user to the Insta. Something, right? So at least we have to send one message to the end user. Hey, service is temporarily out, or that is out of service, or temporarily the service is not available. Something like that. Then the circuit breaker design pattern will be provide the something, some acknowledgement to the dashboard. That is, dashboard is what? Once you are logging the application, right? So that page is called as a dashboard from the UI page. Getting my point? Then the respective service, the end user is not they won't go for that service, because already you got the some you already got the some acknowledgement. Okay, this service is not out, temporarily out of service, temporarily out of service. Some ATM machines are there, right? So the ATMs is what? They are providing some acknowledgement to the end user. Yes or no? If you are not, if the ATM is the problem, but if you are not sending that acknowledgement, then you are improperly inserting that card stuck up, the transactions may not be happened, then completely destroy our business on that day. Yes or no? That's why you should send one acknowledgement to the end user, then end user that never touch that mission. Yes or no? Then you can go for other mission, right? That's what, that is called what? Circuit breaker. I will give the in-depth. We are going to discuss going forward. Just I'm giving just outlines. Sir, I'm expecting this one and this from the circuit breaker. Don't expect as of now. I am giving just outline to understanding the terminology. ఓకే, ఇంకా మనం గ్రౌండ్ లో దిగలేదు ఫీల్డింగ్ బ్యాటింగ్లు చేయటానికి. ఓకే, బయట నుంచి ఆ పిచ్ బాగుంది, భలే ఉంది, అది ఉంది, ఇది ఉంది అనుకుంటాం. అదే మంది ఇప్పుడు ప్రెసెంట్. ఓకే, ఫర్ యువర్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. రైట్, వాట్ ఇస్ ద సర్క్యూట్ బ్రేకర్? ఇఫ్ ఇది అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఒక్క 5 to 10 minutes లో క్లోజ్ చేస్తాం, పర్లేదా? ఓకే, రైట్. ఈ టెర్మినాలజీ అయిపోతే నెక్స్ట్ రేపు అవసరమైతే ఒక అప్లికేషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాం. క్లియర్? ఓకే, ఐ విల్ కంప్లీట్ ఫాస్ట్. I hope you got the clarity, right, about the circuit breaker. Right. Circuit breaker. If there is continuous exceptions or occurred in a service instance, okay, then stop the service execution, stop the service execution for few seconds or few minutes, few hours. Okay, you don't know, right? And etc. and show some message to the end user as what? Service is not responding, try after some time. Meanwhile what? Provide some message to the admin dashboard. That is what? UI. That is what? User interface. Okay, that is what circuit breaker or hoistrik. Inka manu start cheyaledu, depth ga chepta. Okay, there is some time. Next one, you can consider API gateway. That is called like what? Joule. Okay, API gateway is what? It is there must be a single entry and exit point that supports what? Load balance. That is dynamic routing. Gateway, API gateway. Okay, simply one into one exist ఈ రూమ్ అంతేనా, పారిపోవడానికి లేదు, right? That is called what? API gateway. One entry, one exist. Okay, detail we'll see later. Okay, there must be a single entry and exit point. exit point that supports what? That supports what? Load balancing. That supports what? Load balance. That is called dynamic routing. That is called what? Dynamic routing. Okay. That is like what? That is what? Some security, comma, filter, and etc. That is called what? API gateway. The next one is actuator. Actuator. That actuator with what? Admin UI. The actuator. See, the actuator is nothing but what? It is a like monitoring tool. For example, memory how much utilize, how much free. Like entire the system health checking. Simple one word statement. Okay. Okay. Let me write the notes. If you are not understanding, please let me know. That is, it will checking system health. Okay. Right. Because time is over. That's why. To view, to view production, production, production ready endpoints to view to view to view what? All details what? Like what? Like all details like what? Object creation, comma, object creation, object created in application, object or objects, multiple na objects created in application. Okay. properties loaded, comma, logger details, comma, health check health check and health check some information, heap and thread details, that is request details, and etc. For your understanding, this actuator like CC camera. CC camera ఏం చేస్తుంది? అర్థమవుతుందా? Like that. Okay, everything it will be like monitoring. Okay, right. That is called what? Actuator. Next, message queue. Message queue. Online, are you with us? Are you already left? Okay, right. Yeah, some patience here. I am standing 2 hours here. You are sitting. Huh? Online, you are Anuvin's Raja position. Right? You have to support here. Don't leave. Don't leave. Very important discussion. That's what. Message queue. So it is for what? Like for continuous data flow. That is the data flow between producer and consumer, right? It can be flowing the data. There is a message queues, right? Maybe Kafka, RabbitMQ, right? All these things. What is that? Message queue. That message queue is what? For a continuous data flow. Data flow. That is Apache Kafka or RabbitMQ. Okay. All these are what? Supporting message queues. Okay. Distributed logging. Next one is what? Distributed logging. Distributed logging. Like what? What is this distributed logging? The distributed logging is what? Some Elasticsearch, right? Elasticsearch, తెలుసా? Elasticsearch or some lag stack అంటారు దాన్ని. lag stack, lag stash and Kibana. Okay. And Kibana. Okay. Kibana UI. Okay. Next. The finally, sorry. Okay, finally, you are going to discuss about microservice intra communication. This is what final. Okay, don't hesitate. Okay, it is what finally microservice intra communication. That intra communication means what? It can be communicate each other. Okay, that is called what? Intra communication. Okay, then you can if you want to perform this intra communication, something you should do, that is client side coding. Client codings. Client side coding. Okay, right. We have to do something, that is that microservice intra communication means what? If you want to perform this intra communication between one microservices to another microservices, discovery client